Hello everyone and welcome to another video, episode number 14 if I'm not mistaken. Last episode I basically scrapped it entirely because I implemented something that I didn't really like, even though it was actually a functional piece of code, let's call it like that. It was very complex and I didn't want to maintain that in the future, and it was very error prone. So I just offline I just reverted all of those changes, just cleaned up what was left to be cleaned up from episode number 12, and basically we were left with this API for base.age, and we can keep adding stuff if needed in the future, right? But now we just have array obtain, that is the old array acquire, right? So obtain just receives the pointer and it just gives you back the pointer. Append just appends an element. For each is the usual stuff, like, and we have a lock and realloc. That's all um, working just fine, right? And today I wanted to start actually working on the client, right? So currently, what we have in the client, let me just check if we are building everything correctly. So in the client, yeah, we are linking with Rayleave and libb and everything, okay, that we need. So if we open our client.c file and we try to, let me just recompile this build.c file. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I changed stuff since I reverted a lot of stuff in the previous video. I actually ended up needing to change some stuff, but it's let me see, the line 83. Oh, it's this one, yeah, where we, okay, so this is now called base alloc. Nothing changes, just the name. Okay, so now I can basically build, and everything builds, and I can execute as well the clients, right? Okay, so this is our current client. It's just a window with the text welcome to dear universe. Nothing special, nothing special. But now if I do something like, well, the goal for this episode, by the way, I don't think I actually said it, is to basically draw a flat terrain, right? So this is going to be a 2D game. I'm not going to get into details on what I want to do, because I, once again, like I explained in the first video, I don't want to create too much expectations, and since I personally believe I'm not going to be able to achieve that much stuff, but let's see. Okay, so the first goal is to draw a flat terrain with probably some grass and dirt on it, right? So um, let me think about it. So the first thing I probably want is to, I think I'm going to follow the architecture um, of solids and actors, right? So in my game, a solid is going to be immovable objects, right? So it cannot move, but you can break it and place and stuff like that. And a solid is going to be grid aligned, and the actor is going to be an object that can move, doesn't need to be grid aligned. It probably has animations associated to it and stuff like that. Okay, so today I just want to create my terrain, right? And I'm thinking about, well, yeah, and solids by themselves, they cannot really, oh, they can overlap actually. Yeah, okay. Okay, so for now, I think I'm going to create a struct, right? A struct, and I'm going to just call it solid for now, right? So this is my solid. And inside solid, I'm going to have an enum with the kinds of this solid, and here I can just say solid, for now grass, and this can be 0, and I can also have solid dirt. Well, actually I also need a third one, right? Solid hair, because we can have an empty grid grid position, right, without anything. So this is going to be air. Okay, and yeah, I think that's enough for now. Yeah, I think that's enough. We can also have something like an integer with, let's say, planet width. And for now, my planet is going to be 256 blocks wide. And we can have a similar thing for height. And the height of my planet can be also 256 blocks. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. So now, here I can have my terrain. So I can call it terrain. And this is going to be a two-dimensional array, right? And how is... Okay, so do I want width and then height? It doesn't really matter, does it? I'm trying to understand what is more cache friendly. It depends on how we draw stuff, so we loop probably first and then... Yeah, that's fine, I guess. That's probably fine. So this is going to be zero initialized, so every single block is going to be air, right? It's going to be air. And after that, we can probably have a function. We can call it draw, or actually draw terrain or something, right? And draw terrain, and this function is going to do something very simple. It's just going to loop through all of the blocks in my terrain. So x is less than planet width, right? And x plus plus, and then I need something similar but for y, and this is planet height, right? And now I think, right, for now, to be as simple as possible, I can just say terrain x and y, right? And this is going to give me the solid, and here I can filter by the kinds. And if it is hair, we are not going to do anything, so we can just say solid hair, and here we can just continue, right? So this is like this. If it is grass, we can draw some green. So in Raylib we have a function, something like draw rect, if I'm not mistaken, but I want the pro one, probably. Yeah, I want a pro one. And the rectangle in here is going to be well, I can create a rectangle here. Yeah, I can just say this is a rec. Alright, I can actually call it box, why not? It's probably better. So this is my x, this is my y, then I need my width is always going to be 1, and my height is always going to be 1. Right, so this is my box. After that I want the origin, but the origin is always going to be 0 for now, so I can probably include Raymath, and Raymath, I think it requires, yeah, it requires this one, because it's a single header library, so we can define Raymath implementation. And inside Raymath we have this vector to 0, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have this function that returns a 0 initialize vector 2. Rotation, it can be also 0 for now, and color for the grass is going to be green, right? Okay, take note, this is just some basic test code for now, right? And for dirt I can also use probably brown. Okay, so this should draw the terrain, right? But we need to be careful with something, right? Because since I'm using Draw Rectangle Pro and I'm using the coordinates in game, I probably want, or I actually most certainly want, I no longer need this, and I no longer need this, to have a camera 2D, right? So this is a 2D camera. Okay, and the camera contains, what does the camera contain? Some offset, a target, rotation and zoom. Okay, so if I draw the offset, what is the offset of the camera? Probably half of this, I would say. So this is a vector 2, and for x I'm going to say this is half of the width, and for y I'm going to say half of the height of the planet, probably, maybe, I'm not really sure, but okay. So because I'm probably confusing targets. Oh, this is the displacement from targets. Okay, so I probably don't want an offset, and I just want, this is my target, and I probably in offset I want this, right? I want to have this, and then I want my rotation, I'm gonna have 0 rotation, and then finally for zoom let's begin with like 5, I guess, or something. Cool. So we have a camera, and then inside begin drawing we can clear the background with some nice blue. Do we have any better sky blue? I think this color is probably better because this is going to be the sky, right? Then we can begin mode 2D, and this accepts the camera. Cool. This accepts the camera, and we need to end the mode 2D as well. Okay, and inside here we can just draw terrain, right? We can just draw the terrain. Cool. Alright, so now if I compile this and run, is it going to do anything? Sorry. What is going on? Variable modify terrain at file scope. That's interesting. So basically you don't want me to do this. Oh, does it need to be static? I don't understand this error, to be honest. What is going on? So yeah, I don't see what's going on, to be honest with you. And this is complaining at file scope. I never had such problems, to be honest. So this is a structure, it's correctly defined. If I have something like int terrain, then I have that, is it going to complain? Let me check. So let's assume I don't have any of this, so this is not doing anything. No, it still complains. But where is it being modified, to be honest? I don't see it. Is it because this? Let me check it. Okay, so if I define that, right? Is it because these are integers? Define that. What are you telling me now? Yeah, it's because that is an integer. Okay. So we can bring back this one, and we don't want. Okay, actually we could have it static, but we don't actually need it to be static for now. And this needs to be actually included before Raylib, right? Okay, so this should now. Okay, so. Oh, it complains about a redefinition, but where is it being redefined? So this, okay, but this doesn't define it. No, it does define it. So what's going on? Huh. Alright, I don't really need this right now, to be honest. I can simply just say everywhere I use this, I can just say vector 2, then this, and it's actually shorter, maybe. So, yeah. Okay. Cool, so now we have a basic sky, right? So let's try now to fill some terrain, right? So let's create another function. We can call it init terrain. Actually, why am I using this standard once again? I need to stick to one standard. God, so this is draw underscore terrain, right? Otherwise I'm going to always be mix and matching camel cases and stuff like that. Alright, so to initialize the terrain, you can say something like this. And well, since we want a flat terrain for now, we can basically say, well, give me everything that begins at, I don't know, so this is a 256, probably 64, or actually 63, and you can make this dirt, right? So you can make this dirt. This is solid dirt. I don't need any of that. And before that, here at 64, you can actually make this grass, right? You can actually make that grass. Oh, but the coordinates are swapped because negative y is up, right? So 0 is up. Since 0 is up, we actually need this to be so 0 is the last one, right? So if I want, let's say probably 128, and this is 127, right? And then this increments, and it, yeah, but this actually needs to be 127, well, 128, and this 129. Okay, so half of my planet height is going to be covered in terrain, I think. Oh, but I need to call a function, yeah, of course. So let me call this function somewhere, probably here, doesn't matter. Right, so if I call this function there, okay, so I see a bunch of terrain. Cool. And yeah, so let me decrease the zoom even further, like, I don't know, 25 maybe. Let's see. Oh, this is okay, so it's the opposite at once. Okay, so 1, let's say. Okay, so this prints at the very corner. But why is that? So it's strange. Let's say 10. What is this going to print? Okay, a bunch of stuff. So if I set my target to 0, 0, right? Just be that. What is this going to print? Okay, so this, yeah, because 0 is, but then this is printing. That is very strange. So I think that the offset is probably the size of the window. I would guess. Yeah. But we can handle that in the next episode, because now we can actually, since we just want to draw some terrain and stuff like that, we can actually do something like if key is, where is it? I don't know. Is down or something like that. Is key down, right? And what do I want? I probably want W. Yeah. If W is down, then I can get my camera. I can get my targets, and then just so W is up, and to go up, I need to subtract, right? And for now, I can subtract a fixed amount, it doesn't matter, it's just test code, it can't be deleted, so everything is fine. I can actually inline this stuff, right? And this is S, so if I do that and some stuff, and this is W, so this is A, so negative X is left, like this, yeah? And then here I can do V, and this is going to be positive X, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Oh, this is too much, definitely too much. So this is probably needs to be like 0.01. Right. Okay, so this is not what I wanted, right? Because this is just printing a single line. Alright. That's strange, to be honest. That is very strange. So this is grass. It doesn't even print grass. What if I do this everywhere? It just crashes. Oh, because yeah, of course it crashes because this is actually not less equal. What am I doing? Okay, but here then I have the same problem. Of course, I'm just a bit sleepy today. Okay, so here we have my entire terrain with stuff. Okay, so let me do 0.1 instead because I want to move faster actually. And so now what will happen, like actually let me just analyze it. So this is my entire terrain. It's actually very deep, right? Because, well, yeah. So what will happen if I do this with 1 and here I place just a 0, right? So the first layer, okay, it doesn't happen anything. That's very strange. So width and height. Oh, I think, yeah, I forgot this stuff in here. Since I program in Golang and the cases in Golang, they automatically break. So you need to specify the fall through. I always forget to do this stuff in C. Want my OBS actually want that. Okay. Yeah, this is not working. Okay, so now we have some grass and we have some dirt. Right, so, but I don't want to start right away in there. I actually want to have some margin. So if I do 128 and here I started 129, if I do this, I need to probably, yeah, go lower. Okay, so I probably want to have a smaller zone so I can see the terrain right away. Yeah, so this is my terrain. Okay, I guess it looks good, right? So this is my entire terrain. It's just a flat terrain, and yeah, I can just simply move the camera and do stuff like that. Cool. Okay, so I think that's enough for today, because in the next video we will start to implement, or at least try to have something related to terrain generation working. I don't know if I'm going to use Perlin noise or Voronoi noise or any other kind of noise or anything like midpoint displacement and stuff like that. Any of those algorithms is good, I would say. But I need to take a look at that in the next video, because it's probably going to be more about research rather than programming. But yeah, in this one we were able to just render and draw a flat terrain on the screen. Yeah, let me draw the FPS at the end, maybe, and I can do 5. Cool. So this runs at a very high FPS, like 300 FPS, no problem, right? And it's probably capped, to be honest. So this is not going to be a problem, right? Because really automatically batches these calls, so it's not a problem at all. Okay, so that's enough for today. So thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.